So in this video, we are going to I am going to explain programming aspect of the machine learning, and the first activity in building any machine learning project is the exploratory data analysis. And we have in the previous video session we have seen what are different types of mathematical tools that are available to perform the data analysis. Now in this video and next two videos I am going to describe how those mathematical tools are implemented in the Python programming language. And that's why I am calling it as the programming perspective of the machine learning. So this is our first video session on the programming perspective of the machine learning. So my objective of this session is to describe how a data set is loaded in the memory. Then second activity that I would like to explain is to get how to get the initial information about the data set. And the third objective is to how to get the descriptive statistics. In the last video session, we have discussed what does it mean by the descriptive statistics of numeric variables and the non-numeric variables. The Python program we are going to implement those tasks in the Python programming language, and the programming libraries that we are going to use for exploratory data analysis are the Pandas and the NumPy. Pandas implements one of the important data structures that is called as the data frame. Data frame is a two-dimensional data structure in which rows and the columns are present. The NumPy is another data structure. NumPy is another Python library that we are going to use for the exploratory data analysis. And in the NumPy, arrays data structures is implemented. The data set that we are going to use for this particular purpose, my objective is to describe the method for exploratory data analysis, and for that I am going to use the Titanic dataset. This Titanic dataset holds the information of the passengers that traveled on that unfortunate ship called Titanic. This Titanic dataset is available on the Kaggle website. I will share the link on our course website. Then the activities that we are going to perform, these are some of the activities that we are going to perform one by one. Let us start with how to load a dataset. Our dataset is present in the .csv file format. I have, see here, I have uploaded the training dataset from the Titanic dataset on this our Colab environment. See, I am using here the Colab as the programming environment to perform the data analysis task. I think all of you are familiar with the Colab programming environment. Colab is a cloud-based interactive program development environment, basically used for the Python programming. And in the last semester, we have implemented some of the Python programs on this Colab as the Colab platform. Now, the first task that we need to perform is see how to load the dataset. And for loading that dataset, we need to import two important libraries that is called as the Pandas and the NumPy. So these are the statements for importing those libraries. Import Pandas as PD, then import NumPy as NP. And the next thing that we need to perform is we are going to use a function from the Pandas PD. Why I am typing PD? PD is the Pandas, and from that I am going to use the read CSV file because our dataset is present in the CSV file format. And here I need to provide the path for our file. So here I am copying the path and here I am pasting the path. So let us see what it will return. df df equal to pd dot read CSV. So this code has been executed. Now next part that we have loaded our software library that we needed and our data set. See, the next task that we need to perform is to print the header of the CSV file. What does it mean by header of the CSV file? Let us see. Df dot header. Let us execute this. Now the header file will print the first 5 rows and all the columns for those 5 rows. See, our data frame is nothing but the is present in the row wise and the column wise. Each row represents one data instance, and each column represents a variable or the features. So there are such like these 12 columns are there, and there are first 5 rows. The header will command will print. Now the next task that we need to perform is to print the dimensional size of the dataset. Now let us see how the dimensional size of the dataset is printed. I am creating a new block here, new code block, and giving the command df shape. So what it will print, let us see. It has returned the pair or the tuple which has two component. The first component represents the number of rows and the second component represents the number of columns. In this our data frame or the data set, there are 891 rows are there and 12 columns are there. Check it. This is the first column, this is the second column, this is the third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, 9, 10, 11 and 12. 12 columns are there. Now let us do check the next activity that we want to perform to print the names of variables or the features. Now for that the command is see, in our case the columns represent the variables or the features, and that's why we need to give the command columns for that purpose. So here df dot columns columns, then it will return the names of the columns or the names of the feature variables. See, all the 12 features are it has returned. So these names you can use to index the data frame and to get one particular column. Now let us check what is the next task that we want to perform. We have taken the names of the variables and feature. Now we want to print the types of variables or the features. So how to get the types of the variables? See, we have seen that for every variable, in case of the scales of measurement, there are 3 different types of the variables are there: numeric, nominal, and ordinal. So let us see what the command for that is info, and let us see what it will return. Now the info command has displayed the names of the columns. These are the names of the columns. Then it has written another attribute, that is non-null count. Means in our data set there are 891 instances are there. If there is non-null count is less than 891, it means some instances are not holding that data. Suppose for example age is a variable or feature for which there are only 714 values are present. For rest of the things, those are values are not mentioned, and those are the value constitutes the missing value. Missing value creates some problems in while we are building a machine learning model. We are going to see how to remove those missing values. And here another variable is there, that is the Kevin, which has only 204 non-null count is 204, and rest of the instances this value is not mentioned, that is missing. The data type that it returns is the Python data type and not the data type that we have seen like numeric, discrete, ordinal or the nominal one. Now and here the data type that are holds types of in int64 or the floating types, those are the numeric data type and others are the non-numeric data type. A non-numeric data type may contain the nominal one or the ordinal one. So this is the valuable information that info command returns. Now let us see what is the next activity that we want to perform. We have taken the print the types of variables. We want to now print the descriptive statistics for the numeric variable. We have seen that the descriptive statistics are present for both numeric and the non-numeric one. And the command for getting the descriptive statistics in the Python, particularly in the Pandas, is describe for the descriptive statistics. Now let us see what it will return. So it has returned, see, descriptive statistics for all the numeric type of variables. The numeric variables are passenger ID, survived, passenger class, age, whether the passenger is carrying any sibling or spouses, parents are there along with him or her. That information is again the numeric one, and the fare. These are the numeric data types. And for every numeric data types, it has returned the count. So, for example, now suppose for age, let us take the simple variable called age. For the count is there are 714, means less than 891 instances are there, and for some of passengers the age is not mentioned. For the mean value of the for the age is 29, means that the average age of the passengers traveled on that Titanic ship was 29 years old. Standard deviation for the age is 14. Minimum value for that uh, for the age variable is the 0.4. Means there was one small baby was traveling along with that ship. Then 25 percentage of the passengers traveled on that ship were of the age below 20 years. Then 50% passengers traveled on that particular ship was below 28 years old. Then 75 percentage of the passengers that traveled on that ships were 38 years old, less than 38 years old. And the maximum value for the age variable was 80. There was one passenger as old as 80 years old. So this is the information that is written by the describe, and for all numeric data types it will return the count, minimum value, average value, standard deviation, minimum value, first quartile, third quartile, second quartile, and the maximum value. So this is the valuable information that is returned by the describe command. Now the next activity that we want to get is that the descriptive statistics for non-numeric data type, and how that is to be obtained is, let us see. The command is the same. The describe, only thing is that you need to change the argument for that function, and here you need to include argument include here with value set as the object. Now it has written the descriptive statistics for the non-numeric data types, and there are non-numeric data types in our data sets are how many? 5, and though the names of those non-numeric data variables of the features are name, sex, ticket, cabin, and the embark. Now it will return for all those non-numeric data types the information like count, unique, and top and frequency. Let us implement this, interpret this information for particular feature variable called feature variable called sex. There are count, means for every passenger traveling on that ship, the gender information is available. There are two distinct values for the variable sex, which are obviously male and the female. The topmost value for the sex variable is male, means that uh, more males were traveling on that ship as compared to the females. The frequency of the males count for the males were the 577. Let us see what is the next task, analytical task that we need to perform. We have seen how descriptive statistics is obtained for the numeric and the non-numeric variables. The next task, that is the 8th task, to print counts of distinct values for categorical variables or the non-numerical variables. Let us check what is the command for that to obtain the count for distinct value. Now see here, the command is like this: df In the bracket, you need to write the name of the column which is non-numeric one. And let us take, for example, the easiest one is the 6, and the command for that is value counts dot value counts counts. Let us check what it will print. Yes, it has printed the information like this. Means that for the sex is a variable which takes two values, male and the female, and it has counted how many number of instances of the male value are there, that is 577, and how many instances of the female value are there, that is the 340. Now, if you change the column type variable here, suppose that embark, I have taken the embark now here. How many distinct values it has there? There are three distinct values are there, and let us check which are those. So the distinct values for the embark are the S, C, and Q. S occurs 644 number of times, C occurs 168 number of times, and Q occurs 77 number of times. So this is the way in which you can get the information about the count information of distinct variables that are available for a particular type of categorical or the non-numerical variable. Now let us take another task, that is how to get the percentage of these values, and the command for that is the same one but with the different arguments, that is normalize is a argument and which is set to value true, true, and let us take first variable, first feature, that is the sex. So what it will print, for the sex variable there are two distinct values are there. Male corresponds 64 percentage number of times and the female corresponds 35 percentage number of times. So if you use the normalize as the argument to the value counts command, it will return the percentage. If you use the default without any arguments value counts as a function, it will return the number of instances. There are two kinds of information that you can get about the count for count of values for categorical or the non-numeric variables, and that is either in terms of numbers or either another in terms of the percentage. So these are the tasks that we have performed for the in the first initial phase for the exploratory data analysis, and here I have summarized the commands that are commonly used to perform this task. If you want to load the CSV file, you need to use the command read CSV. To print the header, you need to use the command function head. To get the dimensional size information, you need to use the function shape. Columns function will display the names of the variables or the features. The information info function is used to get the type information of the all features. Describe without any arguments function is used to get the descriptive statistics for the numeric variables, and for the non-numeric you need to pass the argument include equal to object for getting the descriptive statistics for the non-numeric data types. The distinct values of a categorical variables are counted by the function through the functions count values, and the percentage of the distinct values for the discrete variable is counted by passing argument normalize equal to true as an argument to the count values function. So these are the initial activities that you need to perform for exploratory data analysis. Thank you.